Hello. Hello guys, welcome again in this video lecture series for antenna and wave propagation. So what we have studied in last lecture is this. I think we have started with loop antennas. Oh, sorry, we started with loop antennas, not really. Okay, not loop actually. We have even not studied that. Big structure was not our part. Okay, loop antenna. Let us start with loop antennas. This loop antenna. Now, what do you mean by that loop antenna? See, a single wire. Look at this. If I'm having a feed line here and a single wire is curved in this manner, then I can call it as a loop. Look at this. It is a loop. It which starts at this point. It starts and then it get completed here. So this is what my loop is it. So that structure is called loop antennas. Not how electric waves will be there. Sorry, how what I can say electric line of field or electric field will be there like this. And what about magnetic field? It will be like this. Look at this. This is what electric and magnetic field around or in association with those loop antennas. Look at this. It is written an RF current carrying coil is nothing but your loop antenna. Right. So that current carrying coil can have any shape. Look at this. It can have square shape also. It can have a triangular shape also. Is it? Look at this. It can have a shape like this. So it can be a circular. It can be a square. It can be a triangular. So that's why it is called a loop antenna. It has to complete a loop. A single wire is bent in a structure of a loop. Is it? That will work as an antenna. It will radiate and it will receive the electromagnetic waves. Is it? So got the structure properly? Loop antennas. Now see the magnetic field, as I said just now, the magnetic field is perpendicular to the whole loop carrying the current. Look at this. This is the loop actually carrying the current. If I consider a square loop, then what about magnetic field? Obviously the magnetic field will be like this. If this is the wire of a loop, is it? Maybe it will be bended like a circle or it can be a square. I'm just considering one edge of a square. Then magnetic field will be like this. Look at this. This is what the magnetic field around the conductor. Is it? That's what it is, perpendicular. Now these antennas have a frequency range of 3 mega. Look at this, 3 mega to 3 giga. Sorry, it's a 300 megahertz. So 300 megahertz, isn't it? It's a large range actually. It's a very large range. Look at this. From 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz. So up to 3 gigahertz, it has a large range. So what is that range? It is basically called UHF range, ultra high frequency range. Is it? It is ultra high frequency range. Now, see the construction already we have seen. The construction is how the construction is. It can be a loop. It can be a square, a single wire bended in a form of loop. Is that? So basically it is a coil carrying radio frequency current. That's what the only conclusion. Is that? The shape can be circular, rectangular, triangular, hexagonal. According you can have any kind of shape. Is it? It has to form a loop. That's what the only criteria. Is it? I'm saying that's what the only criteria. Now these loop antennas, they have two types, or what I can say, I can classify them in two types. So what are those types? First type is large loop and second type is a small loop. Look at this, large loop and small loop. Now who decides that large and small loop? Obviously its length, is it? That parameter decides whether the antenna is a large loop antenna or the small loop antenna, is it? How it is decided? It is decided on the basis of length, which is in proportional with the lambda. Now look at this, loop antennas are called resonant antennas also. Why it is resonant antenna? Because they work for a particular frequency. They can work for a particular frequency, is it? So that's why those are resonant. They are not broadband antenna as such, is it? For a particular frequency, they will give you maximum gain or maximum directivity, is it? So that's why those are resonant antennas. Now, apart from that, they have very high radiation efficiency. Look at this, these large loop antennas, those are having very large radiation efficiency, is it? Now these antennas have length equals to wavelength, is it? So if length, this is what length is, it is written here, L is the length of the antenna. If length of the antenna is equals to lambda, then I can call it as a large loop antenna. If the length is less than lambda, it will become a small loop antennas, is it? So the large loop antennas and small loop antennas, those two antennas having different applications, is it? Generally small loop antennas are used at very small distance. Interference is more in small loop antennas, whereas in large loop antennas interference is very less. That we'll discuss side by side, right? First, the basic difference is what? The basic difference is large loop antenna has a length equals to lambda, is it? Now the main parameter is its length. The main parameter, obviously the main parameter is nothing but your length. So let me select this pen, the length, and it should be enclosed loop. You can take any length, whether it is L or less than L or equals to L. If equals to L, it is a large loop and it has to be enclosed. That's what it is it? Now it is not good idea, it is clearly written, so that is really important, that it is not good idea to meander the loop so to reduce the size, is it? It means now what I need to do is, for example, if this is actually a monopole, is it? This is what my monopole. Now I want to reduce the size of that monopole. Size means this size. Now for the time being it has that much size. Look at the length, is it? Ground, if I'm keeping this, I'm using this antenna at my home, is it? For example, if it is 100 meter, so if this antenna is of 100 meter and I want to use it at my home, then obviously my roof height should be greater than 100 meter, is it? It has to. Then what I will do, I will reduce the size. But how can you reduce the size? Because I want length of the antenna should be that much, is it? Length yahi rakhna hai. It means whatever conductor you are using for the antenna, it should have length that much. Yes, it should have a fixed length, but I want to reduce the size. See, there is a difference between length and the size, is it? Now look at this or consider the same example. I have this antenna, a simple monopole, which is of 100 meter, is it? And now I have this antenna, look at this. Now I have this antenna which is also a monopole. What happened to the pen? Monopole. Now look at this, it is 100 meter. What about this? For example, if I say this is 20 meter, this is 20 meter, this is 20 meter, this is 20 meter, this is also 20 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the length? This antenna has a length of 100 meter. This antenna also having a length of 100 meter. So both antennas having a length of 100 meter. Yes, both are having a length of 100 meter. But look at the size. The size of first antenna is different from the size of another antenna. Why? Why the second antenna has less size? Because I bent the antenna. Is it? That bending is called meander. Is it? Understood? That the bending concept is means what? It means I'm compressing the size of antenna, meander the size of antenna or meander the antenna. That's what the actual meaning of the word meander. Is it? So it is not good idea to meander the loop. Whatever loop you are using, maybe it is a square, it is a triangular, circle, whatever loop you are using, don't meander it. Why you meander? Generally to reduce the size. Is it? You want to reduce the size, so that's why you meander. So don't do that. It's not a good idea. Is it? It's not a good idea to meander it. Why? Because it's good that it reduces size, but it increases capacitive effect. Capacitive effect बढ़ता है उससे. The effect of capacitive reactance, or what I can say, just capacitive effect or capacitance. Is it? So इससे क्या होता है? What will happen if capacitive effect increases? So whenever capacitive effect increases, you know that first thing happen is efficiency decreases. Yes, efficiency of antenna decreases. For example, look at the same example that we are having. This wire and this wire, they can form a stray capacitance. Yes, they can create a stray capacitance. Stray, I'm talking about stray. Is it? They can form a stray capacitance. So because of that capacitance, a stray capacitance which is developed because of two parallel wires, the efficiency of antenna decreases. So that's why it is always not recommended or not to meander the loop antennas. Is it? Size तो कम हो जाता है, but efficiency decrease हो जाती है. That's what. Is that? So this is all about large antennas or large loop antennas. Now come to the small loop antennas. What small loop antennas are really? Small loop antennas are basically antennas having length less than lambda by 10. Look at this, length is less than lambda by 10. So what is this? It's a length. And if it is less than lambda by 10, then it is called small loop antennas. Is it? Small loop antennas are also referred as or also called as magnetic loop antennas. Is it? Now why they are called magnetic loop antennas? Because if the loop size is very small, for example, if the loop size is very small, obviously the capacitive reactance, or just now we have seen one example of stray capacitance. It is not always stray capacitance. Just we have taken an example of stray capacitance. It is developed. So if the loop is very small, a capacitance increases. If capacitance increases, then efficiency decreases. Is it? So that's why those becomes very less resonant. Is it? किसी पर्टिकुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी को अच्छा परफॉर्म करना उनसे होता नहीं. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज लेस रेजोनेंट. इज इट? So that's why they are very less resonant, so it's always good to use them at the receivers. Is it? Why less resonant जो होता है उसको हम रिसीवर में ही यूज करते हैं. If it is a perfect resonant antenna, connect it at the transmitter, because from the transmitter side I have to transmit a perfect single frequency. So that's why at the transmitter it is generally preferred as a resonant antennas. If the antenna has less resonant, use it at the receiver side. Even at the time of practical, not in our lab, so practical speaking, if it is a less resonant antenna or a non-resonant antenna, it is always or preferably it is connected to the receivers. Yes, you receive so many frequencies, no problem at all. Is it? But while transmitting, you have to transmit only my frequency. Is it? It's not good to transmit all the frequencies. It is good to receive all the frequencies. Whatever you want, take it. Rest of the frequencies you can neglect. जो चाहिए वो ले लो. So this is a non-resonant antenna connected at the receiver. It is receiving so many frequencies. जो आपको चाहिए वो ले लो, बाकी सब छोड़ दो. That's what it is. Is it? A simple logic. Now those antennas are having length less than lambda by 10. So that's why those are small loop antennas. Now here, a small loop antennas has very low radiation resistance. Look at this, radiation resistance is very low. So one thing that we have studied, if radiation resistance is very low, it means unki radiation capacity will be very low, is it? So if radiation capacity of those small loop antennas, if it is very low, obviously I can't connect them at the transmitter, is it? Look at this, at the transmitter we never connect them, is it? So what is the material which is used, is it? So it is multi-ton ferrite core constructions generally, is it? Even I am showing one photograph also. Okay, first we will check what are the materials. So it is a ferrite core material, and high radiation resistance can be achieved. If you change material, you can achieve higher radiation resistance, is it? So depend on the application, whether you're using those small antennas exactly at the receiver, you're using it as a sensor, is it? Small loop antennas को हम sensor भी use करते हैं. So have you ever entered into DMart or any any mall? So there was a security guard in when you get in, there was generally a handheld receiver he has connected to just check whether you are carrying any metallic part, is it? कोई metal airport पे जो रहता है, आजकल mall में भी रहता है. So what they do, they scan you, is it? It beeps. If it's started beeping continuously, then आपको चेक किया जाता है कि भाई कौन सा मटेरियल, कौन सा मेटल आप लेके जा रहे हो अंदर. इट इज़ नॉट अलाउड, इज इट? सो व्हाट इज देयर, बेसिकली देयर इज अ स्मॉल लूप, is it? That small loop antenna was acting as a sensor, right? वही सेंस करता है, स्मॉल लूप एंटीना ही सेंस करता है. अगर उसका जो रेजोनेंट है उसका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अगर डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है तो वो देयर इज अ स्मॉल सर्किटरी कि बाबा उसका मैग्नेटिक इतने इंटरफेरेंस हो रहा है इसको, इस सेंसर को, तो आप बजर अलार्म करो, इज इट? देयर वाज अ अलार्म सिस्टम, अलार्म करो, कंटिन्यूस बीप 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 करता रहता है. सो यू विल गेट अ नोटिफिकेशन दैट समवन इज कैरिंग द मेटल, इज इट? हर एक मॉल में, डी मार्ट में या फिर एयरपोर्ट पे सभी जगह रहता है, वो ऐसे सेंस करते हैं ना आपको. दैट्स व्हाट. वो क्या रहता है एक्चुअली, देयर इज वन कॉइल, देयर इज वन स्मॉल लूप एंटीना which is nothing but a sensor. एंटीना का मतलब सेंसर ही होता है, is it? The construction is so simple, but we have seen. Now look at this. Due to high reactance, it is written actually due to its high reactance. Let me change the pen. Its impedance is difficult to match with the transmitter, is it? So that's why we never use it at the end of the transmitter, we connect it at the receiver. Size is very small, reactance will be large. Reactance is large, obviously reactance क्या करता है, reactance always create a difficulty for the impedance matching. That is well known to everyone, is it? So that's why if impedance is not matching, then obviously it is not suitable for the transmitter, is it? लेकिन फिर भी even if you want to connect it at the transmitter, then its impedance mismatch would definitely be a problem. That's what I was saying. Hence the loop antennas are better operated at the receiver. See, there are so many reasons why a small loop antenna particularly, is a number of reasons are there why small loop antennas are preferred to connect at the receiver. So why it is not suitable for the transmitter? First one is impedance mismatch, low efficiency, non-resonance. So those are some important reasons why I never connect small loop antenna at the transmitter. So it's good to connect it at the receivers. So those frequently used loop antennas I am showing here. Look at it, frequently used antennas, square and circular, is it? Square and circular, इन दोनों का हमेशा यूज होता है. Look at this. What it is just a simple loop. What is this? It's a square. Now look at this. It is working as a sensor. This antenna particularly I am talking about. ये जो इसका आउटपुट है ना, it will work as a sensor. इनके बीच इनका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जो है, सॉरी दिस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अगर उनका डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है, then there is a circuitry which detects that discontinuity in the magnetic field. because of the metal interference, is it? So जो आप देख रहे हैं एयरपोर्ट पे जो होता है, डी मार्ट पे जो होता है, so वही होता है exactly. Now look at this intentionally. Let me zoom it. कुछ ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है zoom करने से, but still, I want you to see that it is a exact loop antenna. One is circular, another one is square loop antenna. Right. Now, if I want to discuss about the polarization, is it the polarization? So it is an obvious thing that if I'm talking about polarization, then look at this, it's a clear loop antenna. So if it is a loop, look at this, the word itself says I am a loop, so I will give you a linear polarization. Is it? The word itself saying that I am a loop, so it has to give me linear polarization. Look at this. Every small loop antenna is a linearly polarized antenna. Linear ही होगा, obviously there is a loop. Is it? ये लूप कहाँ पे ट्रांसमिट करेगा, इनके इलेक्ट्रिक वेव्स कहाँ पे जाएंगे, आइदर यू होल्ड इट लाइक दिस और यू होल्ड इट लाइक दिस. How you are feeding this antenna, you are feeding this antenna and holding in the vertical direction, or you are feeding the antenna in this side and holding it as a horizontal position. So like this, either it will provide H horizontal or vertical polarization. What are the horizontal and vertical polarization? It is nothing but your linear polarization. So there is no matter to discuss in the polarization of loop antennas, because see, they obviously will provide a linear polarization, right? But still, if you hold the loop antenna like this, for example, imagine that this is a loop, just consider the edge is nothing but a loop, edges, the cell phone that I am holding here, the edges are nothing but your loop. You feed this antenna here somewhere, is it, or you feed this antenna here. Now when you feed this antenna here, and if you tilt the antenna, look at this, I tilted the direction, initially it is exact at the horizontal, then I started tilting the antenna, look at this, I am doing this, then what will happen, it will be in linear polarization, but the polarization phase, or what I can say, angle will be tilted, is it? Then what is the effect? The effect is radiation pattern will change. The radiation pattern for this antenna, which is in a horizontal plane, exact, it will be edge shape, right? It has to be in edge shape. Look at this. It is exact edge shape. It is exact edge shape if I hold this antenna exact or at the zero angle, like this, zero angle we hold here. I change the angle, radiation pattern changes. Look at this. If I change angle with 20 degree, that will be the radiation pattern. If I change it for 45 degree, this will be radiation pattern. Is it? 180 degree को radiation pattern क्या मिल रहा है? This is a radiation pattern for 180 degree. Look at this. Is it? It's not exact circle. That you should note that it is not perfect sphere, perfect circle नहीं है. It is something or elliptical kind of shape. So the radiation pattern changes if I change the feed position. Is it? Now, yes, it is written actually. The radiation pattern for small high frequency loop antennas is shown, and the tangent line 0 indicates vertical polarization. Look at this. Tangent line at 0 degree. 0 degree कहाँ पे है 0 degree? Let me check where is 0 degree. 0 degree is this. This is 0 degree. Right? इसको अगर हम tangent दे दे, that will be a, look at this I am talking about. It will be a vertical polarization, and obviously this will be your horizontal polarization. Is it not? So this is about the radiation pattern. Let me check. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages? Look at this advantages. The best advantage or the most important is it is in compact size. Then directivity is high. Obviously it's a loop, na directivity must be high. And what are the disadvantage? First one is impedance matching may not be always good, is it? So it is not definite, it's depend on our application, it depends on the whether you are mending the antenna or not. So it depends on the conditions, so that's why it is written may not be always good, is it? हर एक टाइम पे अच्छा रहेगा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So has very high resonance quality factor, is it? अगर हम स्मॉल एंटीना स्मॉल लूप एंटीना कंसिडर कर ले तो ऑब्वियसली it this antenna is a non resonant antenna. So if it is non resonant antenna then इसका resonant factor will be very high, is it? कहीं किसी रेंज में जाएगा ही नहीं, वो ऑब्वियस है. Right, so what are the applications? So if I need to think about applications, then first application is RFID devices, then mid frequency, high frequency, short wave receivers. See, particularly it is written as receivers, is it? Then aircraft receivers and UHF transmitters. If I am talking about UHF transmitters, then I will go for long loop, or what is the parallel word? Parallel word is large loop, is it? I have to go with the large loop, not with the small loop, is it? Because small loops are not efficient for that, is it? So this is all about loop antennas. Now here we are starting with helical antennas. Now look at this, helical antennas are also referred as helix. Those are also called as helix, Helix. Have you ever seen a spring in your pen? Look at this, if you are using a old generation ballpoint pen, then that kind of spring structure, that kind of spring is there inside the ballpoint pen. That spring is nothing but your helix or helical structure, is it? So if you wound a wire in this fashion, in this format, then this will be your helical antenna. Agreed? Now what technically they have written, helical antenna is an example of wire antenna itself forms a shape of helix. कोई भी स्प्रिंग ले लो, it is nothing but a shape of helix. Helix shape तो सबको पता ही है. So you consider any wire, you take a wire and wound it around a circular surface, around a rod, then remove the rod, your helix antenna is ready. Right? So now there is a straight wire which is working as an antenna. Why I am wounding that wire and forming helix? A simple question one can ask, is there a single wire? That single wire is radiating, that single wire is receiving, then why you are wounding that wire and forming helix? Why? And even you are declaring it as a different kind of antenna, helical antenna. Is it? So the answer is, if I wound it and if I form a helix, if I form a helical antenna, then the polarization that I am getting become different. So this is first reason that I am getting different polarization. If I wound the wire, I will get different directivity. See, two basic parameters of a single wire antenna is changed if I make a helix from that antenna. Yes, that's the advantage. And even the most important is its frequency handling. This third parameter or third benefit that I am getting is high frequency, is it? So this helix that you form with a single wire, that helix can work for higher frequencies, is it? Look at this, the frequency range is from 30 to 3 gigahertz, so up to 3 gigahertz, is it? And even more than 3 gigahertz helix can work, but you need to have number of you need to form a wall, is it? And when you form a wall, it becomes a waveguide. So that's why that form, that structure is not included here. Here we'll talk about a helix A helical antenna which is formed using a wire only, a single wire. Is it? Take this antenna as a single wire. Consider another antenna or take the same wire and wound it around a conductor or a rod. Remove the rod, you will get antenna, a helix one or helical antenna. Right? As the frequency is very large, it is used in VHF and UHF ranges. Is it? So now what it is written there, whatever we had discussed is written. Now look at this. Here somewhere it is helical antenna showing. Now let me zoom it so that you can see it properly. Oh, actually it's not much visible on the screen, but one thing that I can tell you is this antenna. Look at this. This is first antenna, and what it has same thing. It has a wire which is wounded around a support. So what you can see there is a soldered or attachment. Is it? This folded wire is attached to the rod. What is that rod? It's just a support. So it is not a part of antenna, it is a support to the antenna. Is it? Helix wire, obviously it will not sustain in the open air. What will happen? Yes, ऐसा करने लगेगा. So that's why what it needs a support. Is it? So don't consider this rod, middle rod. This middle rod I am talking about. This middle rod is not actually a part of antenna. It's just a support to the antenna. So what is antenna? Antenna is this one. Look at this. This is actual antenna. It is wounded around the rod. This is actual antenna, or helical antenna or helix antenna. Is it? So as I said, why to wound a single wire and make it helix? To get different polarization. So what is that different polarization? The different polarization is circular polarization. So wave is circularly polarized. हमें क्या मिलता है? सर्कुलर पोलराइजेशन मिलता है. E and H start rotating around that rod. So that's why I said when you form a helix from a simple wire, you will get different polarization. Instead of linear polarization, I am getting a circular polarization. There is another example. Now that's that image is quite okay. Now let me have some work on that also. Now look at this. The antenna starts. This is actually antenna. Look at this. It is wounded. So these windings are nothing but your actually antenna. And what is this? This rod I am talking about. It is a support. Don't consider it as a part of antenna. Is it? Whenever you want to draw the antenna, just draw that much. Yes, here I am having a feed, and this is what my helix. This helix will transmit a radiation pattern in this direction. Is it? So middle one is just a support to the antenna. Now what else is remaining? Look at this. If I want to discuss helix antenna, one important parameter of helix antenna is a pitch angle. So let me tell you the exact definition. See, it is angle between a line tangent to the helix wire and a plane normal to the helix axis. For example, if this is helix axis and I have my helix like this. You imagine 3D. Now draw a normal plane. Normal plane means in 2D it will be like this. This is what? Normal plane. And what is the tangent? Tangent is this. Then probably this is what? Pitch angle. No, actually. So it's not possible to show you in the 2D. Is it? अगर 3D का हमारे कुछ HFSS का व्यू होगा, so definitely I will show you. You imagine what is that pitch angle? Actually it's an angle between a line tangent to the helix and a normal plane. इन दोनों में से जो एंगल होता है, that angle is a pitch angle and it has a formula tan inverse of s divided by pi d. Now what is that pi? So if it is a pi and d means that actually d, and what is the s means the spacing between two wounds. Look at this, d is a diameter of the helix, that's what it is, and s is a turn spacing. Look at this, turn spacing. Center to center means from this center to this center. Yeah, those दो टर्न में कितना स्पेसिंग है, that's what is also important, and from that I can calculate a pitch angle. Is it? Now generally helical antenna or helix operates in two mode. Is it? And depend on that mode actually helix is classified into two types. Is it? Let me tell you what are those types or mode of the helix. Look at those. This is normal and second one is axial. Now what is that normal mode? Normal means what? It is perpendicular mode to the radiation. Is it? And axial means end fire. For example, if your helix is like this and if your helix is radiating in this direction, then it is axial. And if your helix is this and if that helix is radiation or radiating in those directions, then it is normal. So those are two types. In normal mode radiation, look at this, in normal mode radiation the radiation field is normal to the helix axis. Helix axis means what? This is helix axis, center part, center का जो support दिया है हमने, that direction is called axis. Look at this, this is axis. So helix axis, if radiation is normal or perpendicular to the helix axis, then it is a normal mode of radiation. If the radiation is in the direction of axis, then it is axial or end fire beam mode of helix antenna. Is it? Now see, things are so simple. You divide or you classify helix antenna into two types, normal and axial. Normal means the radiation is perpendicular to the axis, and axial means radiation is in the direction of axis. Yes, that's what it is. Now apart from that, yes, it is showing, the above figure shows the radiation pattern of normal mode. Normal mode means look at those radiation. As I said, where is the pen? As I said, if this is the axis, look at this, this is the axis, axis of helical antenna. It means helical antenna is like this. यहाँ पे हमारा helical antenna. Look at this, this is what my helical antenna, and the radiation is normal to the axis. So that's why it is normal mode radiation pattern, normal mode operation of helix, or I can say normal mode helix. Is it? And what it depends on D and S. That's what it is. Now apart from radiation pattern, what else is there? Axis. Now here what they are showing, radiation pattern of axial mode antenna or axial mode helix. Axial mode means what? जिस direction में आपका axis है, obviously उस direction में antenna should radiate. Is it? Now what are the advantages and disadvantages of antenna? The first advantage is it has very simple design. Look at this, the design is so simple. So what is there in the design? Nothing is there, just form a spring and your antenna is ready. That's what. It is highly directive, as like Yagi Uda, it is very high directive, and even bandwidth is very large. So those are actually broad band kind of antennas. Then can achieve circular polarization. I said it is a circularly polarized antenna and used at higher frequencies. So whatever specifications are there with the helix antenna, those specifications itself are advantages for those antenna, is it? And it's not like it is having so many advantages to bend the wire and form it a helix. There are some disadvantages. So what are those disadvantages? Look at this. First disadvantages: larger and requires more space. Is it? ज़्यादा स्पेस लगता है उसको. इट इज़ एन ऑब्वियस. अगर आप वायर को बेंड करोगे सो इट विल स्प्रेड ओवर. स्पेस तो लगेगा ही लगेगा. एंड efficiency decreases with number of turns. Look at this. If you have this helix and if you have this helix, then obviously this will have higher efficiency and this will have low efficiency. Why? Because number of turns जितने ज़्यादा उतना efficiency कम. Efficiency decreases with number of turns. Yes, that's what it is. Now about the applications. What are the applications of those helical antennas? The first, actually there are so many, a number of applications we can define for helical antenna, but still helical antenna has some specific applications. There are only 5 applications listed, but still okay, we'll go through it, no problem. Single helical antenna or its array is used to transmit and receive VHF signal. So it's not application. VHF application they can write in a single line, but they have formed a complete scenario as such. Frequency used for satellite and space probe communication. So obviously those antennas are used at very high frequencies. High frequency, any high frequency application, or it is suitable for any high frequency application. We can say that. Is it? Telemetry link, moon and earth का जो communication होता है, you will get the things when you start studying satellite communication. You will come to know that everywhere in the space they are using either dish antenna, helical antenna, or the aperture antennas. Is it? Normal wire antennas are not used because I want to send the signal at larger distance. At largest distance, the wave has to sustain. Is it? So that's why moon to earth communication, that communication is established by using some special antennas like helix antennas. Radio astronomy is the biggest application nowadays. Not nowadays actually, they are using it from so many days. Okay. So this is those are some applications of helix antenna. Now we can start with aperture antenna. So whenever aperture word comes in our mind, what it comes with us? Yes, सबसे पहले हमारे ध्यान में क्या आता है? ये आता है horn antenna. Is it? If possible, probably we'll start our discussion with the horn antenna. Is it? This one. But still, we'll keep this thing pending. Aperture antenna. We'll start this in the next lecture, probably. Okay, so in next lecture, we'll start with aperture and what next? What next is there in your syllabus? I think last one is microstrip antenna. Is it? Yes, we are about to finish all those antennas. Okay, so we'll meet in next lecture. Thank you very much.